Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Twilight Zone. Nah, just playing. Welcome to Unkgeta Reacts to Nebula Theater. Finally, I'm about to be finally reacting to Nebula Theater. I mean, this one I've been wanting to react to for quite a while because I just saw this a bunch of times already. Saw this, as you can read in the title, which says Nebula Theater. And it says Chara, Sonic.EXE. Chara's from Undertale versus Sonic.EXE from the Creepypasta. Now keep in mind, and everybody else knows this is the Creepypasta version of Sonic. And I heard about this Creepypasta too a long time ago. In fact, it was on Buddha Channel when he used to do the Creepypastas about Sonic.EXE. And there were some other stories about Sonic.EXE that's revolved around it. But then it's kind of like just an amazing creepypasta from that one tale. But there's more to be expounded between the lore of Sonic.EXE. I didn't see like a few playthroughs of it after a while as well. Yep. And you can see it in the description. Today I show, whoa dude, it's going way too fast here. It's going way too fast, okay. Yeah. Our show today features two bloodthirsty entities that just love stealing human souls. But which one will come on top? Let's find out. Yep. And starring the voice of Jenna Birmingham plays Chara. Chara Inabit. Everybody knows who Chara Inabit is. He's Raccoon Bro VA. I can see it on the side. Raccoon Bro VA. He plays the role of Sonic.EXE or X, man. I think his range when I first listened to it was really great, though. I mean, if you actually are watching this character, Raccoon Bro, hey, love you more. Shout outs to you, man. Anyway. And I think the players that I think that's the music for that. I think that's how. So basically that's you. And then you got the pimp that I think is Pimp Elf or something. I don't know. This thing is actually kind of really doing this on me right here. And you got these researchers that went and done this. Pimp Shanti, and the music is by. I actually listened to the music by Dodgeport. I think it's called. I think it's actually called. What was the name of it? What was the name of that music? Hold on. I think the name of that music. I think there's a musical score to it. Oh, see. You Aren't in Control. Yeah, that's the one. That was hard. That track is hard. So, better get back on my full screen or whatever, please. Thank you. Come on, bro. Get me back on this full screen, dude. Alright, let me get this back on there, man. Okay. There you go. Now, but yeah. Been waiting to react to this for quite a while, though. And for Chara, I never played Undertale. I wish I played Undertale. I think I have it wishlisted on Steam. I might have the wishlist on Steam. I heard Undertale is like a bullet hell, and it's kind of like a hard game. I mean, I might have to like try it out. Maybe see some playthroughs and do a blind playthrough of it. But I got like other games right now to play. I'm still on Mirage. I'm still on Record. I'm actually still on. I'm almost close to finishing Prince of Persia, but I'm about to. But I guess because of the one vote that I have and yet another one I hear, I guess it's unanimous that I probably will not be playing another Prince of Persia game, at least not for a while, because I'm actually playing Heartworm, and this time I'm playing it blind and whatnot. Alright? I'm actually going to be playing the whole game blind and whatnot. Pretty much. So expect playthroughs of that game as well. Definitely as well too. And I think after Record I'm probably going to after Record I'm gonna play on a medieval, and I think after Herat, I'm definitely gonna play. Yeah, it's exciting. Medieval will be the game after Rutger. That's the first person game, and then after Herat, the second FPS will definitely be head on, heat on, or head on, heat on. Yeah, but we'll just call it head on. You know, the FPS with the one chick with the one chick with the, you know, the one with the chick who's basically the demi-orc half breed who's a combination of a demon and an orc. Obviously, I guess you guys are like orcs, and she has blue skin. Yeah, but you know which one I'm talking about. I mean, okay, but I will be playing those in the channel. In fact, I do have a matchup that's going to be, it's already in season 1 right now, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Which is basically the champion and sending the bone breaker, who's the demi-orc that I'm talking about. But that's neither here or there. I'm not going to really tell you about that, though. I think I have it on the blogs, but I'm going to probably remake that one too and turn it into a full episode. And I think I have a way of actually bringing this matchup to life as far as on the animation side of it. I was going to think about doing it 3D, but I think, but au contraire, I think I have a way of doing it through the actual AI and stuff. Because I'm probably going to turn that whole animation into an AI type format stuff. It'll be like a 25 paragraph script or whatever that I'm actually gonna put into, you know, into pretty much. I'm gonna basically make it into like an anime type of fight though. That's gonna be the other one, and then the other one, which is another fight between the hard FPS, which is from Afraid of Monsters and Cry of Fear. That one I'm doing. That's also in the first season. David led the whole first to like Simon Embassy. And that's going to be pretty much a fully hand-controlled fight with the use of AI, and I actually got Adobe Anime for it. So there you go. Because it's not going to be sprites. So that's going to be done with that. The others is going to be done with the others are going to be done with sprites, because yes, they have sprites for each of my fights, so every single one of them too, straight up every single one of them. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, but this one's a sprite right here. So other than that, without further ado, without wasting anybody else's time on the long intro, yeah, speaking of fights, stay tuned at the end, because I'm about to drop some details of this next episode of the UCBL, because I've already revealed the seasons enough as it is, though. So, yeah. 3, 2. Right now, we're going to get into it. 3, 2, and the 1, and the go. One in this video contains flashing lights.
Horror is a fascinating genre. It's meant to elicit negative emotions like fear and anxiety. But it's always comforting to know that none of this stuff is real, right?
But what if it was real? That'd be whack, right?
Hey, that's supposed to be my life.
Oh, God damn. Oh, God damn.
Two main players of this story are Chara, the first fallen human,
and Sonic.EXE, the god in hedgehog form. I'm Nils.
I'm Nick.
We are your playwrights, and we hope you enjoy this bloody show we are putting on today. Without further ado, let's do a little about these characters. Welcome, audience, to the Nebula Theater. Once upon a time, there was a war between humans and monsters.
The humans were victorious, forcing the monsters into a subterranean world called the Underground, and erecting an everlasting barrier around them, forcing them to live in isolation for the rest of their days.
For the monsters, this was a crushing sentence, but under the guidance of the peaceful King Asgore and Queen Toriel, they were able to make the most of their situation.
During this, the king and the queen had their first child, Azrael Dream.
Oh yeah.
Who was destined to do great things.
Yeah, we've been hearing about Azrael Dream a lot.
One day, something unexpected would happen.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this character a lot. I can't wait to actually play on the Undertale though. And getting this also a nice
An
story.
unhappy child would fall into the underground. A human named Chara.
The
Know
king
about
and
her,
queen
too.
adopted Chara as their own, and Chara and Asriel would soon become best friends.
Okay, hold on, stop. Okay.
As good as siblings.
Okay, the demon. Okay, Chara is the demon that comes when people first call its name. The first fallen human adopted child of the royal dreamer family. Just over here. Naturally creepy smile, lacking in body or soul. They exist in essence, hates humanity, loves chocolate, and green cream stripes made of love. LOVE, or basically LV, right? Or L. Well, okay. Because I think I know about what the love is. I think that's what it is. That's what LV kind of stands for, and I think the XP would be execution points, right? Man, this is like I think Undertale's like a weird RPG if you think about it. Okay.
But there was something that still left Chara discontent.
Chara came into the underground with a hatred for humanity, especially hearing about the monster's imprisonment. And once they found out how to destroy the barrier, it was only a matter of time before they enacted a plan to free the monsters.
Now, Chara's plan was to poison themselves with toxic flowers and then die. Points for creativity. Then they would have their best friend Asriel absorb their human soul, which would grant Asriel immense power, enough to pass through the barrier. There, Asriel with Chara's soul would kill
this is
6
a fan
more
animation
humans
framed by
with
Frank
their
Perfect
souls.
Jump.
You see, human souls contain incredible power, and this barrier could only be destroyed by the might of 7 human souls.
Okay.
Chara sacrificed themselves to both save mankind and exact vengeance upon humanity. But they weren't the only one in control, since Asriel made up half of their fusion.
Now, Asriel wasn't fully on board with the whole killing the humans thing. When a crowd of them attacked him out of fear, Asriel didn't fight back. Instead,
Okay.
he abandoned Chara's mission, returned to the underground grievously wounded and empty-handed.
There, Asriel would succumb to his injuries and die, turning into dust while holding Chara's corpse. The king and queen had lost both of their children after one failed plan.
Man, when you really think about it, Asriel's kind of an L-man's.
Dang,
Like,
he gets
Chara
spanked.
killed themselves for this, and Asriel did nothing, basically making both of their deaths kinda pointless. Like, killing 6 humans obviously isn't a great thing, don't get it twisted, but still.
This is something skeleton.
Are you
remember
crying?
him?
No, shut up.
I'm sorry, man. In any case, the underground is now thoroughly shaken. Even after being imprisoned, the humans continue to take from them. To keep hope alive and to get revenge on humanity, Asgore made a drastic decree. All humans who fall underground will be killed, and their souls taken.
As the years went by and more children fell underground, Asgore collected all but one of the souls needed to destroy the barrier and finally escape into the human world, starting the war all over again.
This is where the story of Undertale begins, as you take control of the player character Frisk, the latest fallen human to fall into the underground.
Frisk is
Last time I saw Frisk,
not
it
much
was
is known about
Oh.
what fell.
Hold up.
But what we
Paul.
do know is that with your
So last time I did see Fresh, it was in Morrow's and project, or Morrow's fully fledged animation called Indie Cross. I can't wait. I guess I could probably react to that too. Indie Cross episode 1 and 2, I guess. But they'll probably be down the line if you got anyone else ask me to do it. But this is actually fresh though, because we remember him. He's on that Indie Cross. And it says here in his bio, the angel that has seen the surface, the 8th fallen human, ambassador in one life, serial killer in another, unattended, allergic to termite, loves flirting, and blue and magnetic stripes, hates soda. Oh. Huh. Hates soda. Maybe other sugary drinks.
help, they are a very capable fighter.
Toriel teaches the human the very basics of combat, how to defend himself, and how to fight at all. Each monster has a way to pacify it non-lethally, but it is still an RPG. So you have the option to do it the old-fashioned way and
it
just
is.
kill them all.
Kinda makes you wonder what would happen if you went out of your way to kill literally everyone, doesn't it?
just full scorched earth. Undertale isn't just a traditional RPG, it's also a bullet hell, which means Frisk specializes in dodging attacks, waiting for openings, and then punishing the opponent with strong blows.
And Frisk's equipment, while limited, does the job just fine.
The human has the torn notebook, burnt pan, empty gun, and the strongest weapon.
So we got the torn notebook, increases invincibility. The burnt pen increases health and gain by eating food. The real knife, their strongest weapon. Cell phone, checkpad mode, laser mode, dimension storage. Why would you need it? I understand the cell phone, and I understand the jetpack and laser mode. But you have dimensional storage? Oh, yeah, so they have a real knife that's their strongest weapon ever. I mean, I wonder if that knife kind of is OP. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it kind of is. I mean, I'm paying pretty much deadly in the torn notebook. If this is, I mean, I guess this real knife could be a guy killer, but I don't know. I don't know. Could it be a guy killer that actually sort of miss? I don't know. I'll have to see that.
And what does that mean? The real knife. It hurts just looking at it.
That's not even mentioning Frisk's best weapon. Their cell phone. Look, hear me out. This cell phone can let Frisk fly and let them shoot lasers.
Not to mention the numerous healing items they have to keep themselves in the fight longer.
Monsters and...
Oh, fucking bloody hell. Are you serious? Okay, back.
Best weapon. Their cell phone. Look, yeah. A cell phone can let Frisk fly and let them shoot lasers.
Not to mention new healing items they have.
Okay. Alright, I got it. Okay, let's see. Got it. Termite armor heals over time, increases invincibility, frames, increases attack, the last frame, and limited supply. CT increases speed, legendary hero sandwich increases attack, butterscotch cinnamon pie fully restores health. Oh. So all these, so their food items like this cinnamon pie that restores health, increases attack, and unlimited C, and that's the last frame. And then in these termite armor heals over time and increases invincibility frames and attack too. So yeah, so any of these items, they do have it. They have boosts for health, invincibility, and all that other stuff. Yeah. So that's some things you can do in an RPG. I probably need to check that. I definitely need to check out Undertale.
Keep themselves in the fight longer.
Monsters in Undertale don't fight conventionally. They attack the soul directly, meaning that these items are not only healing Frisk's body, but also their soul as well.
But even if their soul is destroyed by an enemy, the human has a broken ability called determination. Just like a video game, this lets Frisk save their progress, and load back into their previous save.
I've seen that before.
So Frisk journeys through the underground, killing every single being they can get their hands on. And
sorry for these pausing this stuff. Can force themselves to become stronger. Can refuse determination. Can force themselves to become stronger. Can refuse to die. And can come back to life resets. Load can return to the last save point. Reset can return everything back to the beginning of the game. True reset timeline to before any reset occur. Can do this even if their soul and bodies restore. Oh, so it's more of like, so determination is where you do is a save point, and they can return to the last save. Oh, just like an actual game. Just like an actual RPG or basically FPS, like what I would usually do. But most of the time, though, most of the time I would play on the harder mode, and most of the times, like I'm doing with Rucker and with what else with Rucker? Right. I always put myself on God mode because I don't like to kind of get tired of dying to those when playing hard. I could have just played in easy mode, but the hardest mode, yeah. But I'd rather say, sometimes I die too many times. I end up having to get more stuff like that, and sometimes not even at all. And shoot, there's also sometimes where if I play the medieval and also healing, and I did it off camera basically before I started doing playthroughs on my channel. I have played both games like that. I'm probably gonna do it without the cheat codes unless you actually get to that point where you're actually on the hardest difficulty right there. Yeah, so. But moving on. Neither here or there. I bet you that's what you do. Or true resets like restoring I heard about that too. You know, resetting timelines. That's basically, you know, if you're in a one timeline, you slice it and then reset it. I think in that case how she does it with that big knife, it's actually really a God killers that will explain, but I do understand that though. Okay, but I mean that's all it is, and that's what this whole determination is with Undertale though. I mean, you can pretty much reset anything if your enemy's giving you trouble, or if it's about time the enemy's pretty much gonna be erasing you for existence. But that's neither here nor there. Let's move on.
Their level they go.
Actually, it's not pronounced level. It's pronounced love. Frisk is increasing their love as they go.
Now, hang on just a second. What do you mean their love increases the more they kill people?
So LV is actually short for love, and love is an acronym of levels of violence.
Well, I guess that's the level of writing we could expect from award-winning game
Levels of violence?
Wait a second. Does EXP stand for anything weird?
Yeah, EXP stands for execution points.
Well, whatever this love execution point system thing is, it makes the human an absolute terror, being able to kill most other monsters in only a few hits.
The reason why love makes someone stronger is because it represents the emotional distance you put between yourself and the people you're fighting. The more EXP you gain, the more you kill, the easier it is to kill again. Life kind of just loses its gravitas. Like, killing these people doesn't matter at all. Almost like they aren't even... This is back to Flowey. Flowey incarnated Azrael, although he resembles nothing of what he used to be.
Azrael's essence was fused with a flower, and then forcefully injected with determination, turning him into a soulless husk of what he used to be. Flowey, much like the human, did things out of curiosity. Killing everyone, saving everyone, being neutral. Don't that sound familiar?
This drive for curiosity is something Flowey and Frisk had in common. Well, actually, it's more like it's something that Flowey and the player had in common.
Now, it's time to get a little meta. None of the other humans that fell into the underground had enough determination to change the world like Frisk could.
The lines get a little blurry here, but there's a lot of indication that the determination itself doesn't come exclusively from Frisk, but also from the player themselves. Their curiosity, their desire to see what happens. All these timelines that are possible are all due to the player's actions.
Pacifism, genocide, these are all things that only the player can control. And Flowey is the only one that can accurately recall these events. The only one that can call you out on bullshit. I remember your genocides, Chara.
After Frisk commits a genocide route and exterminates almost every single monster in the underground, they come face to face with Sans. Throughout the story, Sans has been more of a comedic joker than anything else, but always something a bit off with this funny bone man.
He seems pretty unintimidating, but the truth is he's the last defense between the human and everyone else. And turns out, when he isn't avoiding work, he's pretty damn good at his job.
And his job is apparently kicking my ass.
Sans is smart, really smart, but really, really, really smart. He understands the world of Undertale more than almost anyone else, and he knows magic that breaks the mechanics of the game, playing like no other monster the player has fought. On top of all that, despite having no way to remember any resets, he can deduce via context clues exactly what you are. Someone determined to win the game. So if you're gonna fight dirty by getting as many do-overs as you want, so will he.
Yeah, this guy never ends his turn, meaning you never get your turn. So you cheat in kind. You manage to attack during Sans' turn. 2 times in a row, in fact. This catches Sans off guard for the first time, ending my last 6 hours of torment.
6 hours this try. With the human's obstacle gone, the only person left to kill is the king himself. Asgore Dreamer.
And here's where things get really interesting. Because of your actions in this timeline, the king doesn't even recognize you as human anymore, directly asking Frisk what kind of monster they are, leading to Asgore being non-confrontational.
Because of that, Flowey is able to kill Asgore
just like the
before he even knew what was
every
going on.
choice
And Flowey
you make
exhibits
is
fear.
based upon
Flowey
the player's
claimed that
actions.
he didn't have any emotions anymore, but he
essentially,
did everything out of
it is
curiosity.
a
But at
Minecraft
the moment
story mode and all that.
you can bring him back to life. He begged, pleaded with Frisk, with the player, with Chara, not to kill him, saying that he never betrayed them after all.
Well, remember when I said Azrael kind of dropped the ball for not...
Okay. Power is a check that learns the stats of an enemy in vulnerability frames. The soul can persist when the body is damaged. Can float around freely. Chara can exist without the body or soul. The player that's you don't job. The player that's you don't job. Don't job, like. They couldn't have just said don't control or whatever, but okay. Don't job, man. I mean, for real. I mean, for real. I mean, you couldn't even exist without a body or the soul that the player that you don't control. I guess that means it shouldn't have said you don't control, but I guess that's the level of writing they're making up on this mess. Like the level I'm doing for this second episode of the UCBL. I'm gonna tell you, which you'll probably be talking about later on.
One when Empire fused, Chara felt similarly. No monster all that exists is Chara and the human. Chara was in a similar state as Flowey, but instead of having their essence bound to a flower, they had their essence bound to Frisk, gaining more awareness as Frisk's love grew more and more.
Chara will ask the player whether they want to reset the timeline again or erase everything. No matter what the player answers, Chara will destroy every timeline no matter how many exist, and leave the entire
no matter
universe
what you
as an empty
choose,
void.
she'll
Chara
still
does
do
this
it.
with a single slash, wiping out everything. Not just every normal monster, but everything within the current existing timeline in its entirety. This includes tangible monsters like Nebula. Someone
these are feats. We finally got
This
to the
attack
feature.
destroyed all of time.
Okay, so Chara survived the fall into the underground. They killed every monster in the underground. Chara took control of the game away from you, the player. Okay. Chara repeated the world of Undertale. First tanked the infinite power of Azrael Dreamer. Spurred debate over their characterization for over a decade. Wow. So these are only just the small feats, and I guess that's just a small portion. I wonder if there's other things Chara and Frisk have done. But this is only just Chara we're talking about here, not really Frisk over here. If it was Frisk, yeah, that would have been up against Ness. But Chara's up against Sonic.EXE. I mean, I could look for matches for both Chara and Frisk if it's gonna be put together. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, there's probably one matchup I might give Chara that could pretty much give a Chara a run for her money. You know what? I'm thinking, and I'm gonna have to look the connections up for this, but what would you think in the comments about Chara going up against Solia's very own Ragnar? Chara versus Chara versus Corona. Yeah. Chara versus Corona. Basically Chara and Frisk versus Corona. Yeah. Chara and Frisk versus Corona and Ragnarok. Yeah. Well, more importantly, Chara versus Corona.
Chara was able to destroy infinity. For that to happen, the speed and strength of this attack would be incalculable.
This attack breaks the game, turning it off, and when you open it back up,
another pop-up here. So it says Frisk on a pacifist route was also able to dodge an attack called the Hyper Boner, which destroyed an entire timeline. This would also imply inexecutable speeds. Yep. Bet you if Chara was to go up against Corona, even the Screech Resonance ain't gonna do nothing to Chara at all. Other than she probably might go into the Universal Soul Eater and reset it. And then you're gonna have the Buncher Man, aka darn it. I seen Fire Force. You're gonna have the Butcher Man, aka Ah, fuck, man. I forgot that guy's name that quick. He's the anime character in Fire Force. Because as you remember, I'm pretty much in the comments out here. I pretty much will remember his name. I mean, I forgot. Cause he in his Bondsman form created the Soul Eater universe, and Fire Force Soul Eater is in the same universe. Yeah, because of Shinra Kazanabe. Yeah, Shinra Kazanabe. Yeah. Kara pretty much erases the universe of Soul Eater, and then Kara Shinra, aka Bondsman, has to recreate it all over again, because of Kara. Or Kara might even destroy Fire Force, and so Kara destroys both Fire Force and Soul Eater, and now they see switches for good. Or then you just gonna remake the whole thing, and then it be that time I got reincarnated as a slider. All right. I've seen the anime though. You know another thing about? I'm probably gonna have to watch both Fire Force and Soul Eater. Yeah.
Scar will ask the player if they'd like to restore the world and exchange Frisk's soul. Your soul, the line's blurry.
Chara takes the soul for their own, recreating the entire cosmology of Undertale, and now taking control of Frisk's body whenever they wish.
And with that, we reach the end of the tragic tale of Frisk the Fallen Human. We know so little about them, but what we do know is that they had a life before and after the events of the game. That their own will is stolen by the player during the story, and they lose their future to Chara afterwards.
After genocide, resetting the timelines, and eventually taking Frisk's soul, not even the player can stop Chara from accomplishing their ultimate goal.
Because in the end, not the one.
I guess he said he's not the one. You're not the one in control. Damn.
What if our dimension of the next exists a void of nothingness?
Okay, oh, god dang it.
Outside of our dimension of the next exists a void of nothingness.
That is until the
Come on,
mass
pause
of
already.
started forming, taking on the appearance of a dark
No, I can't even read.
dots. This blob will be known as X.
After wandering around this void,
I'm so sorry
Ed
about
came
this,
across
folks.
a dimensional window that let him peer into the planet Earth, learning all kinds of
That's
things
dumb.
about humans, our likes, dislikes, cultures, etc. But of
That's
everything
okay.
it witnessed, one thing stood out above the rest.
It was a franchise that we all know and love.
Alright, hold
Sonic
on.
the Hedgehog.
I got it.
X became infatuated with Sonic to an incredible degree, morphing his
Sorry about all this mess, but I'm gonna go back. Okay.
Outside of
Okay. I'm gonna probably edit this. This will be a composite of both Jaycia and Jody. Okay. This will be a composite of both Jaycia Hyena and Joe the Doughboy's canon. For any discrepancies, we will stick with the classic canon. So all these basically we'll have to say non-canon, but then they're gonna stick to the classic canon creepypastas. So that means, and there's probably the whole lore behind Sonic.EXE.
exists a void of nothingness.
That is.
But I think a better matchup for him would be
taking
Ray.
on the appearance of a dark
And the
cloud.
other matchup I'm considering
This blob
for Sonic.EXE will be
After wandering around this void,
the final boss of
a
Ruby,
dimensional window that let him peer
and that
into
would
the
be
planet, learning all
Salem.
kinds of things about our likes,
Yes,
dislikes,
that's Salem.
cultures, etc. But of everything it witnessed, one thing
That's
stood out
Salem.
above the
It was a
In the
franchise
vicious
that we
EXE,
all
he's
know.
gonna cross her out of the list out
Became
here.
infatuated with Sonic to an incredible degree, morphing his
So this
entire
is actually
body
X, aka Sonic.EXE. Alright.
like Sonic himself.
Nope, wait, stop. Okay. So X goes by, or it rather, goes by X. He's not a he or she, it's an it. Goes by Lord X, or X. We could probably say Bunna, maybe trans, I don't know. I'm not gonna go throwing LGBTQ words, no. But I'm not gonna discriminate on people like that. But let's just say it's an it, goes by an it, X, or Lord X, Not Sonic.EXE, although we should still call it Sonic.EXE. We're just gonna call it Sonic.EXE for the purposes of this video. Composed of dark matter, a bigger fan of classic Sonic than you are. Whoa, a Sonic fanatic, obviously. Goes by neither him or a seat. Oh, bromance. I knew I was gonna run into that. Goes by neither him or her. So basically, him, her, it's gender ambiguous. So okay, we'll call it in it then. Okay, well I guess we'll probably have to use whatever pronouns. Let's call it him, her. This is gender ambiguous. Believes it is the ruler of all humanity. Really dislikes Amy. Jesus. I mean, well, really dislikes Amy. Has a son who it hates immensely. Is against the permanent killing of human beings. Just starting earning its rap career. What? Oh. So basically, is he really XXXTentacion? It sounds like is he really in reality XXXTentacion? I don't know, man. I don't know if he is. He must be. But I can tell you, whoever he is not like is nothing like the regular Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean,
the process seems very...
That's all I'm saying.
Uncomfortable.
X's eyes started bleeding profusely and it felt incredible pain. But X didn't care. After its transformation, it let out a laugh that echoed throughout the entire void.
X would then shape his void, creating small rooms that resemble...
So the reality power is EXE's most famous ability. EXE can control reality in any way he likes. He can create matter, destroy it, remake it, change things, create world shape, change the shape. He can do it all. Most notable forms his reality powers is the creation of his world, the control of the game disc, his illusion to be able to turn a soul into a slave. You boy, yep. Turn a soul into a slave, man. I wonder what. I guess this whole Sonic.EXE is nothing like the actual
Sonic the Hedgehog games, which is where Sonic's series peaked.
Nothing like the actual Sonic the Hedgehog or the classic Sonic games.
It wasn't able to actually
I think we pretty much saw an entry of it in test top videos.
I believe that it was the rightful ruler of all human beings, that everyone deserved to be its slaves. The idea that X couldn't have access to them was frankly unacceptable.
So X needed to devise a plan to gain access to the humans it was so interested in, which led to an interesting conclusion. Although X couldn't physically enter that dimension, it could influence the people
mental
inside
manipulation.
It can cause a person to feel
come on. Stop it.
Give them
horrible nightmares
and even influence their minds to do its bidding.
X manipulated this genius U.S.
Are you
government
kidding me?
programmer to create a disc that would allow X temporary access to the
Freaking
human world. X then sent a piece of his
Get
dark...
back.
X
Get back
X
here.
couldn't physically
Stop it. Thank you. Can make it, man, stupid phone. Can make a human okay, no. I'm trying to okay, compose myself. Okay. Can make a human feel fear and anxiety. Causes nightmares, hallucinations, manipulated the genius programmer to create Sonic.EXE game disc. Even if someone tries to stop playing the game, X will always find a way to convince them to finish the game. Oh my goodness. So what dang. Okay, okay, I know X is created, but who in their right minds? Who in their right minds will create this entity in the first place, though? Who in their right minds created this entity? Whoever created this entity, y'all want some devil worship type shit, man. Y'all be on some devil worship ritual type of shit, and you put this in a ritual. Whoever created it, you must have had something that devil or so. I don't know. Y'all must have done this, man, bro. Y'all must have done that, man. Jesus. Anyway, move on.
Dimension. It could influence the people inside of it. It can cause a person to feel immense anxiety, give them horrible nightmares, and even influence their minds to do its bidding.
X manipulated this genius U.S. government level programmer to create a disc that would allow X temporary access to the human world.
Okay.
X then sent a piece of his dark power crashing down into the disc to complete it. This imbued the disc with his essence, which would give X complete control over the internals of the game itself.
And with all the steps complete, X can now begin its reign on humanity using a disc with only a single file in it. Sonic.EXE. Boom! Name drop, baby.
Now, people really like Sonic the Hedgehog, so taking on his image was the best thing for X to do. A person would buy a Sonic game online because they want to feel the nostalgia, find out the game wasn't what it seemed, but continue on, even after all this messed up stuff and crazy shit they see.
This includes two victims of X's control, Tom and Kyle.
Now, Kyle had sent Tom a copy of Sonic.EXE with a note explaining
I remember that creepypasta.
and that Tom should destroy the copy of the game so no one else gets hurt.
Tom, for some reason, didn't listen to this warning, popping the game into his computer and playing the cursed disc that would seal its fate.
Now, you'd think a person would stop playing after they'd start seeing all the blood and gore throughout the game, but thinking that this was just some hacked copy of the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Tom continued out of pure curiosity.
This curiosity would be lethal. Upon completing the game, X would suck out Tom's soul, leaving his body in a vegetative state, and then trap action, binding Tom's soul to an avatar of a Sonic character to play with until he breaks. Because of X's love of humanity, it saw this method as a way to keep humans alive forever, personally believing that the death of a human is a waste of a life.
But breaking them is not a waste of life, just to get that clear.
It's a god compared to them, okay? It's like when you're a kid and you break a toy. You just replace it with another one, even if you really love the toy that broke.
Now, I don't know about you, but I never treated my toys
Listen, he
like
has a god
the
complex.
humans he's capturing. He can manipulate the shape of his own body, he can fly, teleport,
My
create
theory,
illusions,
my thing is,
defy
whoever
from
even
nowhere,
created this thing to begin with.
turn the world dark, make it sentient, even everything
Dang
details
it,
after
stop
just
it.
a few seconds.
Just take Renee Wertz, for example.
You
The
stop
interaction of
it. Dang
Renee
it.
playing a game, X
You-
found her name and her exact
stupid.
location.
Go back.
Turn the world dark, make statues sentient, he even learns everything.
Finally, Jesus. Damn. Man. So his powers are teleportation, flight, and previously anti-gray boots, matter manipulation, fire and lightning manipulation, technology manipulation, biological manipulation, gives life to objects, control, light and darkness, pretty much anything X can think of. Thanks, dope boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's really.
Every single detail about you in just a few seconds.
Just take Renee Wertz, for example. From the interaction of Renee playing the game, X found out her name and her exact location. I'd be willing to bet that if any of us were to play this cursed game, X would be able to find out our deepest, darkest secrets. Like how I like to cry to romantic love stories, and the fact that Nick is an SCP in a Santa disguise.
It's not a disguise.
Come on, don't even deny it, man. People have been speculating this for a month.
So Nixon, so this
What
Nick guy's an
SCP do you
SCP?
think I am?
People are saying that you're something like SCP-6121, you know, the one that's just a walking mascot costume?
Ah, damn it. No one even cares about those ones.
Alright, let's just get back to the topic.
Alright,
Somebody-
anyway,
nobody even
beyond
cares about
everything we've
those.
talked about, X's
I don't know,
most
man.
broken ability is the black hole inside of its mouth. If anyone is swallowed by this black hole, their soul will shrink into a singularity and be wiped off the face of the earth, as if they never even existed.
With all of X's powers, it would then have its disc cycle around the world, stealing soul
Okay,
after soul and
okay.
stuffing them into avatars.
Got it. Can rip the souls out of bodies. Can create avatars of the classic characters from Sonic the Hedgehog. Can place the souls inside said avatars. Can bestow powers onto these avatars so they act more like the starting cast. Gives the player control over these avatars, meaning the player is manipulating these human souls. What the fuck, man? Dang. So you kill these guys in the robot and then you put them inside every Sonic characters. Like, the heck, bro? You must be, like, the heck, man. Like, the heck, bro? Don't be on that. Don't be on that.
Something I'm
Don't be on
confused
some
about is
BS,
how is
bro.
the disc circling around in the first place? Do people really keep just buying the same game from dead person to dead person?
For this information, we can actually thank a lovely detective named Derek Green. Derek was a detective who documented his investigations into the who apparently lost his soul to the very being he was investigating.
From Derek's diary, we learned a lot. We learned how quickly X was improving in stealing souls, initially mutilating the bodies he stole from, before quickly being able to do it without any sign he was there at all. We learned that everyone had their souls removed, who had their PCs and electronics destroyed. We learned that X's overall plan is to merge the human world and his void to gain complete control of all mankind. And we also find the factions that helped X with his plans.
X's main following is called the Cult of X, a group of people who see X
as the
overall ruler of mankind. They copied the main Sonic.EXE game file onto a bunch of discs and had them circulate all over town to create more victims for X. The cult members would then show up to the home of a person whose soul was taken, take the soul back from said person to put it back into circulation, destroy any evidence, and sometimes murder the lifeless body of the person who had their soul stolen.
And that's not the only faction helping X. Carrying out its mission to enslave all humanity is a big ask, which is probably why he also needed help inside the void as well. These beings are called the Seven Guardians.
The Seven Guardians were created when X mixed its own dark power with human emotions, creating a ruling force within its void, as well as a...
Alright. Keto, Guardian of Prayer. Makes you kneel from near heavenly's glow. Keno, Guardians of Disgust. There's dark matter linking from his mouth. So I think maybe two of them. Kofu, Guardian of Joy. Will kill with kindness. Gecko, the Guardian of Rage. Surprisingly, reserved for its title. Setsubo, Guardian of Fear. Shapeshifter becomes intrigued by body parts and adds them to its body. Yorubo, Guardian of Pride, thinks it's tough shit and it's time to edge. Seven Guardians, Are the seven Guardians born out of the seven Chaos Emeralds, I would believe? Nah, I think about it. Kinda like the seven Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball in their arms. But guess what borns out of it? Demons too. Like Omega Shenron, for example, but NGT. But we already know it's not canon. So I think in a sense this is basically the TBGT of Sonic games. Or basically this is the darker version, except it's like the darker version. Okay, well, alright. Yeah.
Another way to manipulate emotions to make it easier for X to steal human souls.
This includes beings like Gukiru, who can manipulate someone's rage, Kyofu, who can manipulate someone's fear, and their leader, Yakubo, who manipulate a person's desires.
The forces EXE has created are essential in helping X with his greatest weakness, the time limit it can spend in the human world.
When X steals a soul, he exits the game momentarily, steals someone's soul, and then returns to his void. This only lasts for a short while. If X stays in the real world for too long, he'll be ejected back into his void. This destroys his body, reducing it to its dark matter form.
Its dark matter form is much weaker than its X form, but if a soul were to touch its dark matter body, it would be erased from existence, like the black hole we saw earlier.
Now listen up, kid. An invisible substance that isn't affected by light or electromagnetic radiation. It plays a very important role in maintaining gravity throughout the entire universe. Unlike matter, there is no such antimatter equivalent that could destroy it completely. Now that being said, it is still a form of matter, meaning that there is a way to destroy it. It would just have to be something with so much energy it could essentially wipe out the entire universe and leave nothing in its wake.
How do you know this much about dark matter?
Hey, you've been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two about particle physics.
Starting to feel really inadequate about my statistics degree. In any case, though, X does have other weaknesses, those being his own mentality.
Yeah, X is a bit impatient. If someone were to play the game in a way that X didn't like, or bait it into getting really mad, it has a tendency to rage quit the game, putting X in a sort of sleep mode. Systems get reset.
Defeating X is no easy feat, however. It was able to explore this entire void, which is a big 4D space, which means, Nick, help?
Hey, don't worry, I got you. 4D spaces have an infinite set of points, meaning there is no end. If it was able to explore the entire void, it would have to essentially have infinite speeds.
Okay, that makes sense. This is consistent with the Word of God, where Joe Doughboy states that X has limitless abilities and that his power level can't be measured.
I thought just
feeling in its own void was impressive.
X would spend years stealing more and more human souls, eventually learning how to manage its anger, and gain even...
Okay. Birth itself. So it birthed itself? Oh. But who? Oh, did it show? Oh, it birthed itself. It's able to manifest into the human world for a short time. Has complete control of Sonic.EXE, of the Sonic.EXE game discs. Explored its entire void, stolen countless souls, convinced a call of people to view itself as a god of manipulating its void. Resemblance on Sonic the Hedgehog is cooler than Xenoveins, boy. You even got people who played the EXE and started a whole cult or something. Like, Jesus, dude. I mean, that means you've been you started a whole cult of people to view itself as a god. Like, damn, dude. And you convince these people and inducting them in that. Shoot. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Oh my god. Guys, end up doing this. We can start doing this mess. It's like basically the call of him more like the call of the X or like that, man. I mean, I bet, yeah, there's similar stories about cults. I know one of them is basically one about Tom Brady. Like, you know the movie Him? Yeah. Haven't even seen the movie yet, though, but pretty much want to, anyway. Because it does serve as a Hollywood convention, though.
See, Neil, it's not that hard. Even Eldritch abominations beyond our comprehension can do it.
Wait, what is that supposed to
Once he did this, he donned the name Lord X. A bit of a god complex there, if I do say so myself.
Don't get it twisted. X might seem conceited, but compared to all of us small humans, it is God. And no matter how smart you are, X will always win in the end.
So, next time you see a Sonic game appear at your door, beware of its contents. Because before long,
I'm gonna probably be picking AXE to win this fight. I don't think there's any chance in that car is gonna beat guys like him.
Now that we've introduced today's stars,
Here you go.
It's time to open the curtains.
No
and
need
see
to
how
pause.
the story
You already
unfolds.
chosen our winner.
I hope
so
you
there
enjoyed
go.
the show.
Here we go.
Hey, I've been searching everywhere. I'm glad I finally found you. I just wanted to ask, would you like to play a game?
Go. Oh no. Guess we're headed towards into the twilight.
What an interesting song. Up for round 2.
Damn. 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 Uh-oh. Got him. Hey.
You're too slow. Maybe next time.
Dang.
Finding everyone in this realm was so easy. Everyone is so slow, fragile, and weak. Don't worry. Your soul is next.
Headshot, buddy. Oh, you did. Damn.
This mine seems to be at its limit. It's no fun anymore, but I can play with you, right, Chara?
I think he pretty much already got to his dimension.
Can't run.
Now he's taking on the tails out. Taking on the dead, on zombie tails and knuckles. Damn. Getting really bloody out here, dude. Ooh. Damn. Eight left. What you mean, 7? Oh, is it? Oh, you have to go after ESE too.
Interesting. Do you think this puts you in control? Like some sort of god?
Man, I don't think that's gonna work, Carl. In your favor. Oh boy. Dang. Oh my god. Wow, this animation's sick.
Ooh. Destruction. Why do you let it persist? Because it's like perverted design and time?
I'm not one of you monsters. I am in control of your life and death. You are nothing but a blind enemy.
There's nothing worse than someone who thinks they are above consequences.
That's fire on that one. Stay on. Dang. It's getting sick. Woo. Knife fight.
You are just another enemy. I'll erase you like I have once.
Oh boy. Damn.
How does it feel knowing that your last chance at life is now fading before your eyes?
I stopped feeling anything a long time ago.
Dang. Crap.
Lying till your last breath, I see.
God damn. And the player's dead. And scene.
And Satan.
These two are absolute monsters that can destroy and recreate worlds in an instant, both potentially being limitless
Man.
with how strong and fast they can be at their best. So there are some interesting factors to think about in this fight. We broke it down into a few very important questions.
First question is, could these two even kill each other?
It may seem impossible at first, seeing as X is composed of dark matter and Chara has...
It's possible.
But surprisingly, they both had ways to put the other down.
Chara's universe destroying Slash destroyed everything, every creature, location, time, and space, as well as even the game files of Undertale.
It's true that dark matter can't be touched by almost any form of energy, but if someone can interact with intangible beings like souls or ghosts, they should be able to harm or kill X in this dark matter form.
And since Chara's attack created a void of nothingness, killing even tangible beings, that Slash should be able to kill
Okay, let's
X.
see this.
Chara can use their determination to come back to life,
dang it.
but X has a...
You can't even...
Everything, every creature, location, time, and space, as well as even the game files of Undertale.
It's true that dark matter can't be touched by almost any form of energy, but if someone can interact with intangible beings like souls or ghosts, they could harm or kill X in this dark matter form.
And since Chara's attack created a void of nothingness, killing even those intangible beings...
Okay. So in reading this, X's body gets destroyed and reduces itself enough to the dark matter form whenever Rage quits. Whenever X Rage quits. This means that X's dark matter should be always reside within the Sonic body that is constructed, giving Chara access to kill X's true form during the fight. I don't think it matters not now.
Slash should be able to kill X.
Chara can use their determination to come back, but X has its black hole. This black hole erases the existence of anyone or anything it touches.
X could easily eat Chara's save points to erase their way of coming back, and has methods to get rid of the source of Chara's determination, such as stealing the soul of both Frisk and the player. This leads to the second question, who is the more skilled fighter? This one does have a pretty obvious answer.
Chara is the strongest being in Undertale's universe.
Source of Chara's determination, such as stealing...
Okay. Since equipment like the cell phone and characters like Sans can manipulate Frisk's soul in different ways, X should have no problem stealing and manipulating Chara's soul as well. He didn't have no problem doing that.
Soul of both Frisk and the player. This leads to the second
because he's
question, who is the more skilled fighter? Which this
when
one does
he
have a
sets
pretty
your sights on your soul,
Chara
he
is
will
the
manipulate it
strongest
right then
being
and there. You were easy
but
with
they
that.
didn't start that way.
They
Stuff
have to
like
fight
this
their
in
way
the
up
Sans
Slash.
universe
That
versus
can
nothing
be
new
started
to
over
freaking
and
EXE. He can do that.
X has never fought a being comparable to itself. In fact, when it gets outsmarted by normal humans, it has the tendency to rage quit and crash its own game.
As the fight goes on, Chara would start gaining the edge, while X would get more and more aggravated.
But X makes it easy on Chara, especially when we consider our third question, who had better weapons and abilities.
Chara had some neat weapons and could heal their soul with items, but X just plays in a completely different ballpark.
X can teleport around, create illusions, manipulate anything within its void, and manipulate a person's emotions.
As cool as Chara is, all they can really slash at X, while X has tons of ways to keep on the back foot and keep its distance.
So Chara is a more skilled fighter, and X has way more abilities, but the last and most important question is, who is better at manipulating souls and how do they affect the real world?
It's possible Chara can potentially steal the player's soul, but the player needs to agree to that for Chara to take it completely. After that, Chara erases files in their game, and that's about it.
X can send parts of his essence to the real world, manipulate humans to do its bidding, give them nightmares, and even leave the game entirely for a brief amount of time to take the soul inside avatars.
Now, even without all of that, you can still learn a ton about someone just by having a small interaction with them.
Things like Chara's existence within Frisk, the player's existence, and Undertale's game mechanics are all things X should have information on, meaning that X knows exactly what he needs to do to kill Chara permanently. X just needs to stop playing around and boost.
This was a fight that showed a lot of soul, but save for a few options, X had just enough to avoid defeat. Chara couldn't help but fall behind.
So as the curtains close and we take a bow, the last person you see standing on the stage is Sonic.EXE.
Okay. Good luck. Good job, guys. Next time on Nebula Theater. Oh, I have never seen these two anime before. So it's Subaru Nakosi versus Kazusoto ReZero versus Kosugopo. Maybe I need to look that up. Oh, there's another Sonic.EXE versus Red. I might have to look. I might have to react to that too. Yeah, I might do that whenever I might do that whenever I might do a Sonic.EXE matchup though. But anyway, glad that she's gonna stay here. Now hold on, we're not done yet. I think I'm actually gonna. I think I got an actual announcement though. If you guys haven't noticed, that whole next time, I'm probably gonna be allowing to show you what the next time is. If you guys haven't even noticed, I'm about to show y'all guys something. Okay, just give me a second right here. Actually, I can find it here. Here we go. Right here. Alright. Okay. Just give it a moment. You guys haven't know, I'm gonna show you this. Just give it a second right here, guys. Give it a second. Come on. It just takes a while. But like I said, oh wait, here it comes, you guys. See? So yep, next time in the UCBL-Ultimate Debate League is Sonya Blade versus Black Orchid. Or we'll just simply call her Orchid. Mortal Kombat versus Killer Instinct. And these two was on Death Battle. Yeah, these are two Death Battle combatants who never officially returned. But now they get to come back at a freaking retirement here in this CBL. And yes, I'm currently working on the episode myself. And you will be seeing previews of it, trust me. This one's going to be the most epic MK versus KI matchup you'll ever seen. And I know there's another epic one. And I know these two games, as of late, haven't been relevant. Because Street Fighter and Tekken, but these are games you never forget. And yes, I think I need to go back and play Killer Instinct again. Yeah. Played a little bit of Mortal Kombat back in like the 90s and such. So, yeah. But it's going to be one of these fights that I'm actually going to be working on, probably working on. See? And you'll be seeing it when it's absolutely ready, man. Absolutely ready. So yeah, so if you really love, for those of you guys, if you guys really love Frieza versus Bison, you're gonna love Sonya Blade versus Black Orchid, or just simply Orchid. Sonya Blade versus Orchid, or Sonya versus Orchid. Okay, so and that's all we got for that one. And if you guys hadn't noticed, I'm voicing not only myself, but also Braves. He's actually the new character within the whole Ultimate Character Battle League lore. Basically basing off the Dragon Ball Xenoverse type of lore, but it's more, and like I said, they're both OC Dragon Ball characters that I'm voicing, so. And you get that too. But it's gonna be a banger of an episode, trust me. As to this, gotta also hand it to Nebula Theater for they did that thing with this on Can't wait to see what they're gonna be cooking up next on here. Kind of glad I'm actually recording this, and yeah, and yeah, basically. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You know, should I be reacting? Let me know what you want me to react. Should I be reacting to more of these other Sonic.EXE matches, any match in general? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe to the UCBL channel for more content on the way. This is Unkgeta Blue. See y'all soon. I'm out.